All right, buddy, we're going to the skate park. Does that sound fun? You want to go to the skate park? Yeah. What's up, everybody? It is Barrett. Today I have got my mind focused on Judges 6. This is such an awesome passage. This message is to everyone out there who thinks that you don't have what it takes. You're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You're not smart enough. You just feel like you don't have what it takes. You don't have God's favor. You don't have a good idea, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough power, you don't know the right people, whatever it is. God says something different about you. And this is just so awesome because our identity, so often we find it in what we do or what we think we're capable of, but God doesn't. God says that your identity is in who I've created you to be, and because of the fact that I am with you. Okay, so in Judges 6, God goes and finds Gideon. Okay, you can open it up, find Judges, open it up to Judges chapter 6, and read this story because it is truly inspiring. But it's not just inspiration, it is like truly inspiring because it's real and it's powerful and it's who God is over you and me. And so here's the deal, God finds Gideon and basically says, I'm going to use you. And Gideon's like, how could you use me? I'm no one. I'm literally no one. Like, I'm the least in my family. My family is the least. My clan is the weakest. I'm like the smallest tribe, smallest clan, whatever. So he's literally laying out before God all the reasons why he's the weakest, the worst choice, not possible. Okay, you're not going to be able to use me, just like Moses did. When Moses was like, but I have a stutter, so how can I go do this, right? So we all have these excuses and we all have these perceptions of who we are and what we're capable of, but God says differently. And this is crucial. You and I have got to learn to find our identity in who God says that we are, not in who the world says that we are, not in who we think we are compared to the world. We've got to stop looking at the world. We've got to stop looking at comparison. We've actually got to stop looking at ourselves and just see God and say, God, who are you? What are you doing? Who do you say that I am? And what do you want me to do? Because when we start to do that, we'll start to see that He's called you to something. He's called you to some sort of contribution. Yeah, buddy. Preach it back there. He's called you to some sort of contribution. And when we're focused on ourselves, we're going to feel inadequate and we're not going to contribute and we're not going to walk in what God's called us to, and we're not going to have really His help in it because we're not going to be active in it. But when we stop thinking about ourselves and we start thinking about others and we start thinking about God and Lord, what are you wanting to use me to do? Then He starts to change the world through you, okay? I mean, He transforms your heart, He transforms your character, He transforms your confidence, He transforms your focus, He transforms your contribution, He transforms everything just with this selfish to selfless switch. And just a self-focused mentality to an others-focused mentality. It's really this, like a Lord, what's my life for versus I'm here for them. So it's not I'm here for me and what can I get and what can Lord, what can you do for me? But it's instead, excuse me, it's God, I'm here for them. What do you have me here for them for? What do you have me here for them to do? What do you want me to do for them? How do you want me to help these people? Because here's the deal. And here's a quick story. When I was in college, we ran a lot. It was a very it was a leadership academy, a Christian leadership school, and it was very physical. It was kind of military training based, and we ran a lot, very physical, very spiritual, just a lot, everything. Spiritual, physical, mental, social. Those are the 4 pillars. And so we did 6 workouts a week. We were running mileage. We were doing long distance. We were running hills. I mean, we did crazy workouts. People came from the Army and said that our workouts were just as hard, but that instead of people screaming at us that we couldn't do it, they were screaming at us that we could and encouraging us. And so anyways, the whole purpose was to take you to your limits and teach you that you could really go so much further when you depend on the Lord and what the Lord's put inside of you. Anyways, so we would be running, and we would be tired, and we would start to complain, and we would just our mentality would get down. We'd start to shuffle our feet, and anyways, you start to realize that everyone else is feeling this way too, and it just makes everything worse to complain about it. When I complain about it, or when someone else complains about it, you're just like, shut up. Like, it's hard for me too, right? But actually, when someone else would encourage the other people, you'd be encouraged. You'd be like, yeah, okay, we can do this. And so there was something about the fact that we were all in this together. We all felt the same way. But when you started to encourage someone else, you actually found more strength to do it. It became easier when you started to encourage other people. And so the lesson started to be that we were learning was, when you start to experience something that's difficult, there's probably someone else that feels like it's difficult too. So encourage them, and it'll get them through it, and it'll get you through it. It's huge. It's a big idea, but it hangs on a biblical principle that God says, when you start to be others focused, I'm going to use you, transform your life, transform their lives, transform the world. That's why Lifestyle Catalyst Academy, those of you who know that I have an online academy, our motto is change your life, change the world. Because if we'll intentionally meet the Lord and say, hey, I'm showing up to intentionally let you change me, not just sort of do my life with you, but I'm like signing up for your discipleship program. Like, teach me, mold me, shape me intentionally. Take me through the ringer. I want to learn every I don't want to miss out or waste time. Like, you know, this is what intentionality is all about. Then he says, okay, I'm going to change your life so that you can change the world. And that's what he was doing with Gideon. But it takes a mentality of saying, you know, of moving from a place of not believing in yourself and thinking that you're too weak, but really it's just because we're focused on ourselves too much. Because honestly, we are too weak. We aren't capable. And if we look at ourselves, that's going to be our perspective. But if we look at God and we look at others, we're going to see that others are worth it, and God is capable, and He's going to use whoever He wants. So I don't want to miss out. So use me, Lord. And I know people literally who have started incredible churches and done great ministry and missions and all these things, who God told them that they were the second, third, fourth, fifth person that He asked to do this, but the other people said no, or the other people, you know, hesitated or weren't willing or didn't think they could. But God moved on to the next person and accomplished His will, because He's sovereign and He's going to accomplish His will. And unfortunately, sometimes we miss out and He uses someone else. And so the encouragement today is, it's time to stop missing out. It's time to stop looking at yourself. It's time to stop thinking that you're not good enough, because let's get over it. We're not good enough. But the Lord is, and He is capable, and He is with you. And this is what He said to Gideon. I am with you, mighty warrior. And that is my message to you today, is the Lord is with you, mighty warrior. He's going to accomplish it through you because He is with you, and you are a mighty warrior. He calls you a mighty warrior. That is what He says is your true identity. Not what the world says, not what you think, not what you say, not what your failures say, not what has been done to you, not what you've done, not all of any of that. the only thing that matters and the only thing that stands and the only thing that sticks is the fact that God says, I'm with you, I love you, I've chosen you, you are a mighty warrior, and I'm going to use you. And so we just better get with the program and say, all right, I don't feel like a mighty warrior, but you know what? Actually, I know that you are. And so, yep, I'm a mighty warrior. And we never let that go to our heads and think that we are in and of ourselves, but we just always stay in that zone of, I'm nothing without Christ, but with him, he wants to use me. I'm a mighty warrior in Christ. Here we go. And we help others become that same thing. And that's really what I'm doing, is because I had the same battle, the same journey. We all go through the same issues, but the Lord used mentors in my life to show me that I could help and mentor and change the world. And the Lord is now using me to show you that you can as well. And so that's why we're all here. That's why you're here. That's why I am here talking to you, because the Lord wants to use, he made you on purpose and with a purpose. See, he made you on purpose and with a purpose. He makes no accidents. You were not a mistake. And you are not the weakest. You are not incapable. You and I are nothing without Christ, but we have been made by Christ, and he is with us, and he wants to dwell in us, and he wants to use us to rescue the rest of the world. It's what Jesus did with the disciples. He brought them near because he wants each person, and then he used them to bring others near, and that's just really the model. Yeah, preach it, Beckham. So anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope it's truly inspiring for you today. Go to Judges 6, read the chapter, spend some time with the Lord, and let me know what this means to you. I'd love to chat in the comments. Let me know some of the lies that it's hard to get over, some of the lies that the enemy speaks over you, maybe something someone has said or that you just hear in your head. If you know what the Lord says to counteract that, then write that too. Or if you just don't know and you just have questions like, but what about this? Write that in the comments. I want to chat and grow with you guys. If you want to really dive deeper, I've got free resources, a whole free resource library in my on my blog, and so the link is below for that. I've got an ebook I wrote. The link is for that below. If you want to join LCA and change your life so we can change the world, the link below is for that as well. There's all sorts of links down there. My one-on-one mentoring, if you really want to come close and get intentional about your specific situation. And if you're just digging these videos, then subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that. Beckham and I are going to the skate park, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. Right, buddy? Yeah. All right. All right. Love you guys. Until next time, peace out. Bow. Bow.